Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? It's another session with Asset Debt Recovery, and I welcome you all to today's session. So today we have an interesting topic for you, and this topic is what we'll be treating, discussing for the next couple of weeks. So the first thing we want to talk about actually is a simple topic that is really needed for everyone to know about. And our topic for today is understanding the concept of financial literacy. I believe everybody knows what it means to be financial literate. And we have financial illiterate, and then we have financial literate. So today we'll be discussing broadly. We'll start, for the next couple of weeks, we'll start broadly to discuss the concept of financial literacy. But today we would just do a brief introduction to what financial literacy means and the importance of what financial literacy means. So first of all, let me start by saying, what does financial literacy mean? It's in a simple form. What does it mean to be a financial literate? And financial literacy can also be defined, or can also, it's in a simple form, can be said that monetary education. So what does it mean to be a financial literate? What does it mean to have monetary education? And so I would say it's this is an information used. It's an information and the use of different monetary abilities. So what do I mean by that? It is the understanding the monetary part and its ability. So I'm explaining in details to you on understanding how you can manage yourself broadly, and how you can manage your spending, your finances, everything broadly. So that's what we'll be discussing about. And looking forward to, we said financial literacy can be defined as a capacity to comprehend and apply different financial or monetary abilities successfully. Varies from financial administration to planning, savings, investing, even to you engaging in stocks, bonds, and the rest. The whole world now has evolved to a stage whereby you just need to do everything to keep the money flowing. So now you need to acquire basic understanding on how you can keep that money flowing. So financial literacy is really broad. It's, like I said, it varies from financial administration or financial management down to planning, to saving, even to investing, and all the internet expenses, the internet broadly. The way the world is going now, we are going technological, and you really need to get yourself updated. So like I said, financial literacy or monetary education or monetary literacy incorporates taking care of your debt, making a spending, and figuring out the distinction between different financial tools. And what do I mean by that? I talk about taking care of your debt. You need to learn on how to manage your debts, how to manage your expenses. For a couple of weeks now, we've been talking about different topics that are to evolve around, practical ways to manage debt, amidst other needs, practical advice on how to get out of debt. We've been talking about a lot of things that has to do with debt for a while. And having a better knowledge on financial literacy helps you to know more on how to manage your debts, because when you are broadly educated, you tend to know what you're about to do. And having a full knowledge on financial literacy have an higher influence on yourself, on your lifestyle, so that you'll be able to adjust and see where you need to increase, where you need to decrease, how to manage yourself basically as a person. So like I said it's incorporate taking care of your debts, planning, spending, saving, as well as figuring out the distinction between different financial tools. And what do I mean by different financial tools? Basically everybody is common with the way the world is going. Everybody's into cryptocurrency and a lot of things all around. And there's forex trading, there's bonds, there's stock. Before growing up, I know I used to hear shares growing up, and now I'm grown. The next thing I start hearing now is crypto. So you really need to, increase yourself, get educated more. So with the help of you, for you to be a financial literate, you are already educated to know that, okay, these are the things, these are where you need to go. And different financial tools that I'm talking here about has to do with your investments, you investing, is in shares, in bonds, even in all these internet exchange and the likes like that. I don't want to give examples, but I know you know what I'm talking about. So going forward, we said that, but however, being financially literate permits one to be more ready for some financial barriers. Now, what do I mean by that? When you're a financial literate person, you are able to know yourself more, and this prevents you from a lot of things. Like, for example, you have a business you're running, and then you want to go into loan sector. You want to borrow loan to bootstrap your business. Because you are financially educated, you know what you are doing. It gives you the ability to know where you need to go to borrow this money. Okay, if it is okay, you want to reach out to a microfinance bank, or if maybe you want even the government to give you grants. Because you are financially educated, you know what you're doing. And this control your decision makings, not to just meet somebody to come and tell you, okay, I want you to come and invest in this thing, and without not even thinking about it, without not even talking to people about it, you jump into it. At the end of the day, you got scammed or duped, and then you start shouting, oh, this person is a scam, this person is a scam. That it's not all businesses that are scam. It is because you didn't do your proper due diligence. And for you to do your proper due diligence makes you a financially educated, makes you to be somebody who knows what you are doing financially. You're not just as if, okay, you have the money and then you are dropping the money all down just because you want profit to come in. But because you know what you are doing, you are able to know that, okay, these are the risks you will get doing such businesses, and these are the time. You are able to measure, you are able to create a schedule, a timetable on how you want to go about it. So, like I said, being financially literate permits you to be ready for some financial barriers. And also, accomplishing and achieving financial literacy is significant to our important present day society. Now, what do I mean by that? The world is going beyond days of where we use analog and typewriter. Now everybody's into internet. I don't even need to be in my office before I can work. All I need to have is my gadget. And even the way the old gadget system is going, before it was CPU and desktop where you need to plug your CPU. But now everybody has a mini laptop, even an iPad, iPhone. I can do anything I want to do. So, and back those days, when banking system came into existence, everybody have to have check. You open an account, they give you a check. Now, how many people do checks? I don't even have time, because I don't have the time to go and say I'm staying inside the bank. So even withdraw on the counter, I'm okay doing my transfer to whosoever I want to make my transfer to. And even banks have even make things easy now. You don't even need to have your ATM. Some banks for you to withdraw. You can just, your thumbprint is okay for you to do what you want to do. So for you to have these ideas, you really need to be knowledgeable about what is going on. You really need to know more about it, and this is an avenue where you can learn. So going forward, I'll be talking about what are the importance of being financial literate. What are the importance of what importance it is? Okay, the first thing I want to say is, okay, nowadays, many people, they tend to have one issue or the other. Like all those old maids, when they go to bank, they'll be like, okay, please, can you help me withdraw? I don't know how to operate the ATMs, this and that. And it's really, such situations are really affected a lot of people. And not even in that aspect of how to make use of all these technical tools. Even a lot of people find it difficult when it comes to saving and investment. They hardly even don't know the difference. Some people will be like, okay, saving, investments, which one is important, which one is urgent? But that's because they basically don't know. they are not educated enough. They don't know the do's and the don't. They don't know how the world evolve around itself. And so going forward, we'll be talking about the importance. And the first importance is that financial literacy, it helps expand the imagination. And not just imagination, many individuals deals with one account or the other. Everybody has different businesses. You know, I'm a business owner, I run different business, even on day-to-day activities. Because you are knowledgeable about your finances, you're able to manage one or the other. You're able to know that, okay, I am making profits, I am not making profits. You're able to know, okay, this is when I need to invest more, this is when I need to add more to my business, this is when I need to reduce, okay. And you're able to even understand how the whole system is going in the economy. Because, you know, the economy, like currently now, we can all say that, okay, there's inflation and things in the market, price in the market is really not okay, and everybody's complaining, oh, this is expensive, this thing is expensive. But you, because you are educated, you know the in and out of the whole thing. You are able to foresee that, okay, this is how I need to manage myself. So you are being knowledgeable about it. It gives you a wider scope to understand your day-to-day activities, how you can spend and how you can manage yourself. So when you are financially literate, you have the opportunity to be more knowledgeable than another person who doesn't have. Another person who is just nagging and complaining that there's inflation and things in the market is expensive. We are not going to say that, okay, likes of Dangote, let me just permit me to use that person as an example. Fine, there's inflation in the market, things are on the high side. Are we saying Dangote is complaining that things are expensive? But that's because he has been able to understand the financial system. So he knows how the cash flows in and flows out. So as an individual, I will encourage every one of us to make sure, read about it, walk up to a financial analyst, talk to people to help you so that you can know ahead of time on how to manage yourself. Because the inflation, you can't say this is when it's going to come down. You can't say this is when it's going to be on a neutral margin, and you can't say it might keep going up. So the question is, how do you want to manage yourself? How do you want to get out of it? Now, secondly, saving funds and investing are now choices that are more complicated. Now, to save and invest at this current situation is really complicated, you know, because you still really need to eat first. You really need to keep yourself on a daily basis on, okay, I want to survive, and how do I cope when you still have a lot of bills to pay, a lot of things to do, and at the same time you still have the mindset of, okay, I want to save, and at the same time you are still trying to have the mindset of, okay, I want to invest into this thing. For example, a lot of people invest into real estate. You know how real estate can be. You want to be a landowner, you want to own a land and the likes like that. At the same time, you need to save because maybe your rent is coming, it's close by, and you need to pay, even for circumstances like medical bills and every other thing. So you really need to adjust, sit down and think it through. However, items are more modern than before. Now, I said that earlier on, that back in those days we all used CPU and desktop, and now everybody move around with even a smartphone. With a smartphone, I can do anything I want to do with ease. Or just, so far I just have an internet, I'm good to go. So the world is evolving, and a lot of things are changing. New things are coming into the world, into the system, and everything is really developing. So you as a person, the question is, are you really developing yourself? Are you growing as well? And also, I went further saying that the option most people frequently choose at the end of the day leads to a bad decision. Now, what do I mean by that? When you, with the current situation of what is going, you know, saving, you're thinking on how to save, you're thinking on how to invest, and the world is going, the technology is really increasing. At the end of the day, you end up jumping into what you're not meant to do. For example, you want to save, you have a business you want to invest into, and without you not doing proper due diligence, the business cracked. And maybe you went ahead to borrow money to do the business. Now tell me, are you not in debt? You're already in debt because you have to pay back the person you borrow money for. And you didn't have enough savings. Or maybe you didn't even save. You're thinking, okay, the profit you get is what you use to start saving. At the end of the day, the whole thing went down and you are now start running from one place to another, trying to see who will help you, who would help you talk to the person you are owing, or who will even loan you money. And you loaning or you borrowing another money is like an additional problem to the one you're already having on ground. So you really need, as an individual, you really need to have more knowledge on financial literacy. You really need to do that. Also, I said individuals are bearing more financial responsibility to handle, and so it is of high importance to be knowledgeable more about financial literacy. Now, in that context, what I was trying to refer to there is, for futuristic purpose, bills keep coming, it doesn't go. So if you are not knowledgeable about how to manage your finances, if you don't learn on how the whole financial processes are going and procedures are going, you're really going to get affected later in future. Because you saying, okay, your children, you know the times they used to say, okay, children, the children will take care of you. Your children are already meeting bills on ground. They're the ones to, you know, look okay. At the same time, they also have bills. They will get married, they will have children. So in that situation, they also have to, first of all, fend for their own family. Now, you as their family, they see you as their parent, what they will give you, it's just going to be tip-end. It's not going to be even enough for how the society might have been at that stage, because things are going higher, the world is developing, and how do you want to cope in the next 20 years? Have you asked that question, that okay, in the next 20 years, how will I be? What is the position? What position will I find myself in the next 20 years? Is it going to be a comfortable one, or is it going to be a struggling one? And I believe everyone has an answer to that question. So you really need to sit down and read more, get enlightened more on what it means to be financially literate. You really need to sit down and get to know more about that. And lastly, I wrote down my point. I said financial society, the society is changing. I said that while in my introduction. The society is changing. The economy is, let me say, it's getting better. The economy is getting better, and things are really not the way most of us planned it. You know, with the high price in markets, inflation, even in the stock market, okay, even in the exchange market, things are increasing. So the question is, if you are not knowledgeable enough, how do you want to cope? How do you want to live among the people that are knowledgeable about it? How do you want to get yourself together and be able to stand on your feet and not depend on others, and not even depend on others, no, depend on others, and also how you are able to, you know, survive and come out through those situations, through those time, because that time can be really challenging. As of now, currently, we all know how the economy is, and everybody is complaining the way the economy is. And my question is so simple. Ask yourself, if I had been knowledgeable, if I had ideas on how to structure my finances, should I be in this situation? Ask yourself that question. So today I'll be drawing the curtain for this section on understanding the concept of financial literacy, and next week we'll continue. So if you have any question, if you have any comment, any suggestion, drop it in the comments box. So we'll definitely read them and get back to you. So to see you next time, same time. My name remains Oluwatayo Iyanolua Olajumoke.